Hi everybody, this is Haley with the Diamond McNabb Horse Sale. I'm going to show you a tutorial video on our online fall sale. Details for individual years will be available on our website, but this tutorial will cover the basics regardless of what year you're wanting to participate. The only difference between this sample auction and the real thing is that each of these horses in the fall sale will have a reserve price, which is the minimum amount that the owner is willing to let the horse actually sell for. With that, if the horse has not yet generated a bid that is high enough to take him home, there will be a notice right here on your screen that says reserve not met. The bidding will still be open and it will still continue. Once the reserve price has been met, that little notification will disappear from your screen, and whoever is the highest bidder at the end of the sale will indeed take that horse home. Okay, so on sale day, there are two things you want to do first off. Number one, make sure you're logged in, and here on the right-hand side of your screen, it says registered and shows your paddle number. That's telling you that the computer recognizes you as a registered bidder and that you can go ahead and bid on anything you're interested in. Number two, here on my screen you see the blue banner that says an issue with bid data refreshing has been detected. What that means is that my internet bandwidth is running a little bit slow and I may not be seeing sale updates in real time. So like the banner says, the fix to that is to refresh your web browser, which means coming up here to the actual web address and hitting enter, which causes it to reload the entire page and it'll catch any updates that way. I don't expect this to be an issue for most of you, but if you live in a rural area or you know you have poor Wi-Fi connection, that's something you'll want to know about ahead of time so that you know how to fix it. The bidding in this online system is very straightforward. So each horse will have his own bid button. If he's on your list and you're confident he fits you, click that to place your bid. It'll open a drop-down menu of $250 increments. You need to know the sale will only accept bids that are at least $250 above the current bid amount. That's very similar to a live auction, and it helps avoid tedious $2 battles with someone that take up a lot of time but don't get you anywhere in the actual sale. So you can either use the drop-down menu to select your bid amount, or you can manually type it into this box and click bid. I'm going to enter $8,000 on hip number 1 and bid. Immediate feedback is that I'm winning for an amount of $5,000. So the bold is telling me what's currently being spent, and the non-bold lettering in parentheses is telling me what I have said I'm willing to spend if necessary. If competing bids come in, the system will continue to automatically bid for me until my maximum amount has been reached. It is really important to note there is no way to remove a bid that has already been placed, nor is there a way to reduce or remove the maximum amount that you have already said you were willing to spend. You can increase the maximum amount at any time. You cannot reduce it or remove it. So if you place a bid, make sure you meant it the first time and entered it correctly. Right now, I'm the only bidder on hip number 1, so I'm going to go ahead and pause for a second and I'll set up a scenario where someone is bidding against us. Okay, so clearly I'm not the only one who's interested in hip number 1, and it looks like someone else has a little deeper pockets than I was willing to put in for my first bid. So the screen is going to update. It's going to tell me that I've been outbid if that's the case. It'll also tell you how much you bid, and then it will tell you what the current winning bid is. So in order to beat this amount and be back on top, you're going to have to be at least $8,500 to meet that $250 increment. So if I want to do that, I can go ahead and place a bid. It'll tell me what my options are, so I can see I'm going to have to start at least $8,500. I'm not really going to mess around here, so I'm going to go close to my maximum budget. And let's say I'll spend $13,000 on him. So I'll go ahead and make that bid, get it submitted. And it came back immediately and told me that I'm still outbid. I bid $13,000, but someone else is already immediately willing to bid $13,250. So when that happens immediately, it probably means that someone has already put in a maximum amount that is higher than yours. Chances are someone's not going to be able to respond in real time that quickly, but remember the system will be bidding for them up to their maximum amount. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch a little bit further on this, and I'm willing to go to a maximum of $14,000 to try and win hip number 1. I'll put that in. I'm still outbid. I bid $14,000. Someone else is immediately there to beat me. So for the sake of this example, I'm going to move down to the next horse on my list. So let's say the next one that I was interested in is hip number 3. Someone's already bid on him, so I can see that they have an amount of $5,000 down. I'm going to place a bid of $9,000 and see where it gets me. That's clearly not enough. I'm already outbid. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my maximum budget amount of $15,000. Perfect. Good news for me. That makes me the winning bidder. I can see that the system knows I'm willing to spend up to $15,000, and it will do that for me if necessary. But I'm winning currently with the amount of $13,250. That is all there is to the bidding. So remember, if you're worried that you're not seeing real-time updates, come here to the top of your page at the web address and click enter so that it refreshes and you see real-time once again. But it's very straightforward and you really shouldn't have any issues with the bidding platform. A couple folks have asked us the really good question of what happens if you receive a tie. So I will go ahead and set up that simulation for you and we'll take a look at that. I've gone ahead and done that off the screen, so we're going to use hip number 5 here as the example of what it will look like if you have a tied maximum bid and how the system will handle that. So currently I'm outbid, but I'm going to go ahead and increase my amount so that I know there's a tie, and we'll see what we will find. Immediately you see this red notification pop up at the top of your screen telling you that you didn't bid a necessary amount. So when I go investigate a little bit, here at number 5, it tells me I'm still outbid. It tells me I bid $12,000, but it tells me the current bid is $12,000. What's happening there is 2 people have bid the same amount. Whichever person bid that amount first is going to be the one who has the winning bid. Okay, so all of these bids are going to be recorded by timestamp that we can go in on our side of the office and download the information of when exactly that bid came in. In the event of ties, by the time the auction closes, whoever had that current bid on there first is going to be the one who breaks the tie. To avoid ties that are caused by a lack of time as opposed to a lack of budget, we have something called bid extensions. What that means is if in the last 2 minutes of a horse's allotted time there is still bidding, there will be a 2-minute extension added onto his bidding time. So here on the screen, let's say there's 1 minute 30 seconds left to go, but a fresh bid is entered. The timer will reset, and instead of 1 minute and 30 seconds, now there will be a fresh 2 minutes for everybody to have a chance to bid. That allows everyone the chance to offer their very best amount to try to take the horse home and not just get cut off by time. So once 2 minutes have gone by without any bidding, the timer will run out and the horse will go ahead and close. Now, horses are set to close 10 minutes apart in hip number order. So hip number 1 closes, 10 minutes go by, hip number 2 closes, 10 minutes go by, etc. However, you do need to know that because of the bid extensions, it's possible, although very unlikely, that enough extensions would be added to hip number 1 that hip number 2 ends up closing before him. So 10 minutes is a lot of time. It's very unlikely that that many extensions would occur, but we do want you to know ahead of time if there are more extensions than expected, there's a small chance that horses would close out of hip number order. This is one of the reasons why we really encourage people, do your bidding early, don't sit on your hands until the last second. We really want these horses to close in order if at all possible. And like I said, 10 minutes is a long time, so we really expect it to go as planned. And to clarify one more time, extensions will only be added if there's fresh bidding in the last 2 minutes of a horse's allotted period. When 2 minutes have gone by without any bidding activity, the horse's timer will run out and his bidding will close. Lastly, before we move on, I want to show you the difference between if you win a horse or lose him. So it's very obvious if you win, the timer runs out, you'll have a green banner that says won and the amount for which you purchased that individual. If you lose, the timer will run out and you'll have a gray banner that says lost and the amount that the horse sold for without you. All right, that's all I have for you today as far as bidding goes. A couple of things I want to cover as far as sale details and communication. When the sale is over or when you are done bidding in the sale, you don't need to contact us right away. We will be contacting you within about 24 hours after the sale ends to set up payment arrangements. We will use the contact information that you provided in your bidding registration. So the phone number and the email that you provided there is the one we're going to contact you at. If there's another way that we need to communicate with you, please make sure you email us ahead of time so that we know that. Payment-wise, we can take personal checks or cashier's checks that are overnighted to us in the mail. We can take credit card payments with a 2% service fee, and we can also do wire transfers. So please have a payment plan ready when we contact you. We'd be happy to answer questions about that as we go. As far as transportation goes, please remember that that's up to you as a buyer. We do keep horses here at the ranch free of charge for the first 2 weeks following the sale. And if you really need more time, we can keep them here longer for a daily boarding fee. So we're happy to give you leads if we know of anybody headed your direction with a trailer. You're welcome to contact our office about that, but please do remember that it's up to you to make those arrangements yourself. Your horses will be coming with a Coggins drawn within 12 months, a current health inspection, and a brand inspection, which is your title to the horse in the state of Wyoming. Because the sale closes after normal business hours, our vet and brand inspector do need a little bit of time to get these papers finished after the bidding has ended. How much time depends on the sale's opening and closing dates and times, so please check our website for current information about when the papers will be done and horses will be able to be picked up at this year's sale. There are 3 final things we have to say for the tutorial video. Number 1, please go read the terms and conditions of the sale on our website at www.dmhorses.com. That will fully explain the terms and conditions of the sale, including our soundness guarantee and our good fit guarantee. As we always say, the terms and conditions apply to you whether or not you read them, so please make sure you go read them. Number 2, if you have any questions, we would be more than happy to help with that. Our email address and our phone numbers are on the screen. If we don't answer the phone, please leave a voicemail and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And thirdly, thank you for your interest in our program. Thank you for watching this tutorial. We wish you all the best of luck as the sale opens, and if you have questions, you know where to reach us.